Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to present the introduction of Korean navigation service. As many of you may already know, let me introduce you to our project, Smart Navigation Project again. The Smart Navigation Project is the name of the navigation project in Korea. This presentation is about the record for the past year. Okay. The Korean government invested about $100 million from 2016 to 2020 for the Smart Navigation Project. The Smart Navigation Project team built an information service system to provide maritime safety information and establish the communication infrastructure. Using this achievement, the Korean government, the Ministry of Ocean and Fisheries, started providing maritime safety services to ship operators in February 2021. This system is run by the MOF. Today, on behalf of the MOF, I would like to introduce the operation status of smart navigation. This table shows the service that the smart navigation provides. The first is the monitoring service to prevent direct accidents, such as collision or grounding. The service sends a warning to the ship of high accident risk. The second is the onboard monitoring service, such as fire detection. Its target is passenger ships of Korean nationality. The third is service that provides an optimal safety route plan. And the fourth is a service that provides electronic navigational chart to non-solar vessels, such as fishing boats. Service 5.1 provides helpful information for pilot and tugs, and the service 5.2 is a service for providing environment information, such as weather, hydrographic data, and so on. The MOF started providing four services to Korean vessels in 2021, except for Service 2 and Service 5.1, which need a little more reviews. The MOF considered electronic charter system, ECS, to be used by small ships to display information. Also, it was allowed to use personal information devices such as smartphones or tablets if it was difficult even to have ECS. This chart shows the regional distribution of dedicated electronic charter system, ECS, that can receive smart navigation services. The data accumulated since February 2021, and currently about 3,000 units are distributed. About 200 units are installed per month for ships of 2 tons or more, and the MOF subsidizes 50% of the total cost. This graph shows the download and the registration status of the smart navigation dedicated app. Many leisure boats and very small fishing boats are receiving services using this app. App users must register to receive various services. So in the chart, the number of registered means the number of registered users in months. So far, there have been about 50,000 downloads with an average of about 2,500 downloads per month. The actual number of registered users is about 75% of the total number of downloads. Okay, from now on, let's take a look at the usage status of individual services. The first is the Service 1, Navigation Monitoring and Assistance Service. This graph shows the number of times ECS or app received safety messages from Service 1. It results from providing various safety information, such as warning of approach between ships, various obstacles, and notification of no-go areas. According to August 2022 usage status, ECS received about 65 million CFD messages, and the app received about 2 million. ECS receives information while the fishing boat is moving, but the app can receive information only while the user is using it. So this difference appears to have created a gap in the number of messages received. The following is safe and optimal route planning service. It is impossible to take into account all sea conditions on the route offered by the service. So therefore, rather than providing route to all ships from the beginning, the MOF plans to provide service primarily for government ships and end users and increase the number of target ships while observing the reactions and reliability of actual users in the future. Another function of service, when the user sends the route planned on the ship to the server, a service provides obstacle or environment information on the route. This function can be used by all ships currently. This graph shows the usage status of service 3, optimal route planning service. Since it is a service that only works when the user directly requests information, so there is no significant difference in the number of messages between ECS and the app. So far, the number of service requests per month is around 1,000. The following is a real-time electronic navigational chart distribution and the streaming service. In the case of ECS, it received the electronic navigational chart as one chart directly, so stores it in the equipment and display it on the screen. On the other hand, the app receives and uses the tile map generated from the ENC data rather than the ENC data itself. So that is the chart streaming service. Therefore, in this figure, ECS indicates the number of ENC download attempts, and the red line shows the number of times the app used the streaming service. The dedicated ECS has a structure to check if there is an ENC update at regular intervals and automatically download it. So as long as the equipment is turned on, it continues to request the service. The number of requests ranges from 100,000 to 700,000 per month. In my thought, the primary users are fishing boats, so there seems to be seasonal effects. The number of requests for the streaming service of the app is about 200,000. The rest is the maritime environment and the safety information service. It is a service that provides weather information, tidal information, navigational warning around the ship, etc. This graph shows the service usage status of ECS and app. In the case of ECS, it is operated in the form of automatically requesting and receiving information about the surrounding environment when the vessel moves. In the case of the app, information is provided according to a user request. The number of ECS is about 2 million, while that of app is about 200,000 in August 2022. From now on, I will briefly introduce the MOF's future plan for smart navigation. The MOF first established a strategy to improve and expand the service it currently provides. Above all, the number of service users must increase. Various methods are being considered to increase the number of ships equipped with service terminals to 15,000 by 2027. The second is the utilization of non-operational services. These include Service 2 onboard monitoring service and the Service 5.1 pilot assistance service. The MOF is preparing to provide them. Lastly, the MOF plans to build a second center to provide uninterrupted services. And the MOF has a plan to provide new services in addition to the existing ones. Representative new services, maritime traffic broadcasting and telemedical maritime assistance service. These are attempts to actively utilize LTE maritime network, the high-speed communication network of the smart navigation system. The smart navigation system already has video call functions using LTE maritime. You can see the video call situation in the slide. The MOF plans to utilize this platform to discover new services actively. In addition, there is a plan to support maritime security activities that track unidentified ships based on checking the location of registered ships in real time. The following is a summary of what has been introduced so far. The Korean government started providing smart navigation service in 2021 and simultaneously started distributing dedicated ECS. In the case of dedicated ECS, the distribution project is currently underway for 2 tons or more fishing boats, and about 10% of them have been installed. Considering the current equipment installation status, I think more ships should participate in the service to obtain the effect of the smart navigation system and meaningful service usage statistics. Anyway, however, you can see that a lot of information is being delivered to the ships in my presentation. I think the system is already playing a part in maritime safety. It is expected that much more information on maritime safety will be obtained if the service utilization, the service users increases and the ship's operational pattern according to the seasonal and the regional effects can be considered. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Yeah.